Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. For those of you that are new here, welcome to our channel. This is your new home for learning how to balance the energy of your twin flame connection. Joanne and I are both in permanent relating experiences with each of our twin flames, and we've been through it all, the dark night, the separation, and we have learned how to master this energy and want to share all of our trade secrets with you guys. We really want to share how this energy plays out because it's very specific, it's very distinct, and we love helping all of you beautiful souls in your own twin flame connections and journeys. So today we wanted to bring you a question that we got from one of your soul fam on our YouTube channel. And here's the question. I'm curious. How does the divine masculine experience our push energy towards them when we are in person versus when we are physically apart / no contact?
Hello, our loves. So I would say the difference between in person. So when you are in a place where you can physically see your soul, your twin flame, it means your energy is balanced enough to where they can physically be in your space. So it also means that you balance the energy enough to where there's no separation in the sense of 3D constructs that will distract your person from being in your space physically. And we explain this a lot, but when you're in this journey, the same addictive energy that you have towards your person, they also have that too, but they don't have it towards you. They have it towards other things that, again, will distract them from being able to see you. So whether it's them focus on their health, on work, third party, something other than you is distracting them, pushing them, making their mind focus on anything else but you. So that's going to be the main difference in separation, is the very thought of you is kind of a huge repellent to where their mind won't let them go there. It's like it's there in the back of their mind, but there's something else that's clinging to them. So for example, for Elizabeth, and every DM is going to be different. It's just how it is. It's crazy to watch the energy. And so in separation for Elizabeth, her person literally was experiencing physical pain towards the addictive energy and the push energy without even knowing. Elizabeth had no freaking idea. It was just happening. And for my person, he was distracted with work and being at the gym all the freaking time. And so mind didn't understand it. But for some people, it could also be, let's say alcohol, let's say drugs, let's say like other people. It doesn't matter what the circumstance and situation is. Basically, the hit we get from the addictive energy is towards our person. Because we're awakened, we know and we understand that's addictive energy. Well, your person also has addictive energy. They just don't know how to allow that place of release in their own experiences because they have no idea it has anything to do with you. Now, the more you balance your energy, as in aligning with soul and not ruminating, focusing on your person and worried about them and any circumstance about them, because when your mind gets activated, their mind gets activated on the opposite for you. It's a polarization of the mind. So when your mind is focused on them, their mind is not focused on you. Their mind is going to focus on anything else but you. The energy just won't allow it. And so that's the difference between in separation. Their mind will literally give them any other reason to focus on other than you when you're focused on them. When your energy shifts and you start focusing on you, they start then focusing on you because they are your soul. They are the mirror of your soul. How your twin flame is showing up for you now is how you're showing up for yourself. So when you guys hear us melt in our soul energy and we're in the oneness and we embody this love that we are, our twin flames blow us up. They reach out to us, they contact us, and not just us, but several of our clients who have seen the dynamic of this energy play out. When you're in soul, your soul is brought in by your soul. And so when you're physically with your person, you've now balanced the energy enough to where they can see you in the physical. But you can actually see them pull, my loves. Me and Elizabeth have this pull face we make. But basically, it's like a combination of like two emojis. It's like an emoji that just like has the face. I'm gonna have to send it to Elizabeth so when we edit this video you guys will see. But it's two emojis that's combined, and it's the epic twin flame pull face. And when you're in the physical, you can see them pull physically in front of you. And that's why we can balance the energy really, really well, is because we can see it. We can see it and we can watch the energy meticulously, and we can quickly take a wooza, right? I always wooza whenever I push and go back into mine regarding my person. I just take a moment to just breathe and pull that energy back in. I might take a moment to meditate, maybe go to the restroom, because you're balanced enough to where your person is in front of you. You can see your energy literally claw at them when you are in push energy. I see it as like a ball of energy, your energy, all going to them. Like it's almost like my energy is strangling and like grappling at them, and you can either spew it out on them, or you harness your energy, you pull it back in, and you align with soul. And so when you are able to watch your energy, because that's your energy, it's not for your energy to go to them, it's for you to remember who you are and remember you are soul. And when you're able to remember who you are and remember you are soul, your soul can stay in your space. So the difference between, there's really not much difference. They're both the same. They're both energy. They're both energy. So your person in front of you, when they're pulling and they can't be in the same room and space with you, that's the same energy. And the energy of them pulling is the same energy that they, like, if I don't see my person, because we're on the phone, I'm sure if there was a camera or like like somewhere in space-time reality where if I could see my person, I would have seen his face pull, either he's with me or not. So the energy, the way it plays out is pretty much the same. It's the same energy. Whether you're in mind or whether you're in soul, the energy plays out the same way in the physical, or whether you're on the phone or actually in pure separation. The difference between you balancing your energy with your person physically with you and whether they're not even communicating with you. Let's say you're just having dreams, you're having synchronicities, and there's these distinct moments where you can see your mind go to them, and you could choose to either watch the mind or spew that energy on them and ruminate. Well, you're doing the same thing, my loves. That same pull face that your twin flame is doing, that we can see them do in front of us, they're doing that too. And it's keeping you and your twin flame further and further apart. The more and more and more you can choose to push, choose to leap, choose to not choose you. Because every single moment you're doing that, your twin flame is able to either be drawn more into further away from you, or when you're aligned with soul, the more and more they're drawn to you. They crave you. They beg for your energy. They will knock down your door. They will knock down your door just to be in your space. And this is truth. That it's based on your energy and what you're doing, but it's still the same energy. What do you think, Lab?
Yeah, it is the same energy. And like you said, Joanne, all DMs are going to respond differently. But the ultimate result is always the same, is that they can't be in your space. They don't want to be in your space. There's something that is pushing them away from thinking about you, being with you. And for my person, the energy looks like this. It like like I feel him almost like mentally shut down when I'm in mind. Like he just can't even deal with me. It, and I really want to emphasize this for you guys because I want you guys to know how it is once we're in a permanent relating experience. Joanna and I can't ask our people these specific questions, these specific energy questions. So we have to sort of glean what we can based on the reactions, because if we ask them, hey, how are you feeling right now? It's push and they pull. Seriously, even if they, I've asked my person, like, hey, I'm just curious because I wanted to make a video about this. And this was a while ago. How did you feel with this? He literally started pulling. So I learned very quickly, okay, any information I'm going to extract is going to be based on his responses. It's not going to be based on what he tells me, because they won't tell us this stuff. It is pull. So the physical response of my person whenever I get into mind is he turns away from me or he leaves the room. He will not talk to me anymore until I'm back balanced in the energy of soul. And I have to assume that when we were in separation, because he was ghosting me, because that when I was in mind, it made him do the same thing. It made him physically ill a lot of times. And when he was feeling that way, the mere thought of me or having a conversation with me wouldn't have happened. And he had to wait until my energy was balanced. And I continuously had and maintained that energy around him, which was, I didn't ask him questions. I didn't get into mine. I didn't rehash the past. I stayed extremely present. And he realized, hey, I can be around her more and more and more and more. And not only can I be around her, I really want to be around her more. I really like being around her, because this version of her, my balanced self, was extremely different than my mind self, which was always making him physically ill. So everything that we share with you guys is really based on what we can extract from their behavior. And it's very almost like automatic. We already know what things we could say or do that'll put them in mind and make them pull. We don't have to ask them like, hey, is this making you upset? We can see it. We watch it. We see them walk away, turn away, and we can also see them come back in as soon as we're balanced and no longer have any kind of expectations or judgment from the previous encounter interaction. So I would definitely say it's all energy. So however the energy makes them feel in person is the same way the energy is going to make them feel when there is no contact, or when there is separation, or when you are not in the physical proximity of your person.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch the energy. And now we want to remind you, you're the one awakened to this connection, and you get to watch the energy through you. It's never going to be about our people anymore. It's about us. It's always going to be about us, because I can feel when my energy is going out to them. And I don't change my alignment for them. They're the byproduct, right? They're right there physically in front of me, and I can see my energy push to them, and so therefore I pull my energy. But it's beyond that. It's beyond that now. And so that's how Elizabeth says we're so meticulous with the energy. We just don't want to ever be like pushing our energy out, not only to our people, but anyone. We don't want to give our energy out to anyone in external anymore, ever again. Because when we make it only about our person, then we're not evolving ourselves as we continue to raise our levels of consciousness. And we can be the perfect expert with our TF in balancing our energy, but how are we throughout the day when we're not with our TF? And that's why sometimes TFs reach out to us, and it's like, I'm okay being around my person. I'm very peaceful. when I'm around my person, but when they're not contacting me or they're not seeing me, then I get into fear mode again. Well, that's why you should and always make this journey about you and allow yourself to always shift out of being in that energy of push towards every experience you're having, because your person naturally can experience that push when you're giving it to them or when you've just like not ever watch your energy anymore. I can't, even if it has nothing to do with my person, if I'm in mine about my mom or my family members, it takes me a long, long time to raise my levels of consciousness back up. And it's very easy for the mind to use our people as an excuse to either feel better or an excuse to vent. And we now again is in the sway of our own energy. So what I want you guys to recognize is these energies that are coming up, it's for you. Make this journey about you. Our people are permanently in our lives because we make our ascension, our soul's journey, our focus. And we don't focus on them anymore. I don't worry about whether he's pushing or pulling. I focus on me. And he's hardly ever pulling anymore because I don't give an F. Soul does not give an F. So stop worrying so much. And this is for all of you guys. Stop worrying so much on how you're pushing your energy to your person. Don't worry about the push. As quickly as you can get into soul and stay in soul is as quickly as you can align back to being that magnetic energy of soul that you are. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.